Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle. Tighten by pulling
Starter
on the
cutout.
belt. To release your seatbelt, lift the metal flap on the buckle. It is our policy that
Flaps
you keep your
5.
seatbelt
Check.
fastened at all times while seated. Doors are clearly marked with exit signs and instructions for door operation. Each door is equipped with an escape slide.
Takeoff flaps set.
Locate the exit nearest you. The nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, lights will illuminate the aisle. The cabin is pressurized. If there is a loss of cabin pressure, a panel will open and oxygen masks will appear. Remain seated with your seatbelt fastened.
I'm ready for the
until you
checklist.
start the flow of oxygen. Oxygen will be flowing to the mask even though the bag may not inflate. Cover your
Before
nose
taxi
with the
checklist.
mask, place
Generators.
the elastic band
On.
around your head,
Pro
and tighten
heat.
by pulling
On.
the end. Secure
Any
your own
ice.
mask before
Off.
assisting
Isolation valves.
Auto.
Engine start switches.
Continuous.
Recall.
Checked.
Auto brake.
Upon exiting the aircraft,
RTO.
place your arms around
Engine start
the
levers.
hold onto the
Idle
located
detent.
on the back.
Flight controls.
This is a non-smoking
Checked.
flight.
Ground
It is
equipment.
not permitted in
Clear.
the cabin or
Before
laboratory.
taxi checklist
Cabin
complete.
lights will now be turned off. Reading light buttons are located above your seat. Thank you for your attention.
Yes. Okay, thanks. Captain, the cabin's secure.
Are you ready for the departure brief?
I'm ready for the brief.
Okay, we have no MEL issues today. I'll be the pilot flying. It'll be a standard takeoff. We'll be using Noise Abatement Departure Procedure 1. The departure will be an ATC assigned SID. We'll use flaps 5 for takeoff. Runway condition is dry. As for anti-ice, it's not required. Engine blades will be on. Regarding the takeoff brief, from brake release to 80 knots, I'll abandon the takeoff for any vital malfunction called by any flight deck crew member current, present, and awake. I'll call reject, confirm the auto brakes are operating and the speed brakes are deployed. If the auto brakes are not working, I'll apply maximum manual braking and maximum symmetrical reverse thrust and bring the aircraft to a complete stop on the runway. After the full stop on the runway, we will make a decision on any further actions. From 80 knots to V1, I'll only reject for 3 reasons: engine fire, engine failure, or a takeoff configuration warning horn. At and above V1 will bring the aircraft into the air. The only actions I need from you below 400 feet are for you to silence the bells and confirm the failures. Above 400 feet, I'll call for the failure action drills as required, and you'll perform the memory items. At 800 feet above field elevation, I'll call for altitude hold and retract the flaps on schedule while going to maximum continuous thrust on the operating engine. Passing through 1,500 feet, I'll call for the checklist. If we're above the maximum landing weight, we'll make a decision to perform an overweight landing as the situation requires. For wheel well, engine, or wing fire, after landing, I will turn the aircraft in such a way that the flames will be on the downwind side and will evacuate on the upwind side. For any cargo fire, make sure the emergency services do not open the cargo doors until the evacuation is complete. Any questions?
No questions.
Departure brief complete. Before takeoff checklist.
Flaps.
Flaps 5, green light.
Stabilizer trim.
5.0 units.
Before takeoff checklist. Complete. Cabin crew, take your seats.
Cleared for takeoff.
Check. Clear on the approach. Ready to go.
Takeoff.
Check. Eighty knots.
Check.
V1.
Rotate. Positive right.
Gear up.
Gear up.
LNAV.
LNAV. Gear up, lights out.
VNAV.
VNAV.
Command A.
Command A.
Climb thrust.
Climb thrust set.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1.